Are you confused about lenses? A lot of people are. I see a lot of people out on the forums buy cameras not knowing what lens they need for whatever they're going to do. How could you buy a camera and not know what lens to put on it? I see them say, I got X camera, and what's the best lens for it? Drives me insane, but it's pretty easy to do. I'm Robert Maxfield. I'm a concert and music photographer in Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas, and I've been one for a really, really long time. And welcome to Max Concert Photography, where we talk everything concert photography related. And today's subject is lenses. And what's the difference between this lens, and this lens are what we're going to start off with. So hold tight. All three lenses, I'll show them to you again. This one, and this one are all along the range of 200 millimeters. They're all zoom lenses. This one's a 55 to 200. This is a 75 to 240. This is an 80 to 200. So what is the difference? Well, when people talk to you about pro lenses, what does that actually mean? Well, we'll start off with the kit lens, which is what this is actually classified as. And as you can tell, it's a 55 to 200. This is an 80 to 200. And you can see in the size difference, there's a lot of difference. The first thing that happens is the mount. The mount on the kit lens is actually nylon. It's a plastic. It's not as durable. It does not take as much abuse. And you notice the size is different. Part of the reason for that is the optics that are in it. And this is an f4.5 to 5.6, where the other lens I showed you was an f2.8. This one varies. The more you zoom it, the smaller your opening gets, and thus it costs less. Okay. Also, if you notice when it goes up, it extends and stretches out from outside the body. What this does is this allows dirt, dust, and debris to get into the workings of the lens. So this is a cheaper lens. This lens, probably about $150. It does have autofocus and manual switch on it. It does not have anything as far as image stability. It is just a pure lens, but this is one of the cheaper lenses you can buy. The next lens, and this is kind of a very unique lens. I love this lens simply because at the time it came out, it was an absolute bargain. And this is the Nikkor 75 to 240 f4.5 f5.6. 75 to 240, a lot of range. And this lens, I paid brand new for it. I paid $180 for it. And as a backup lens, as an entry-level lens to a zoom of that range, this would be equivalent to this lens in today's modern terms, but same thing. First, it zooms up and dirt and debris can get in there. It's got a nylon type mounting base, and it's variable, so it'll go from f4.5 at its widest opening. Okay, I made a mistake and I caught it during editing, so that's a good thing. So you know, concepts can be tough at times. Okay, so I'm going to try to make this perfectly clear. It's 75 millimeter focal length. That's your widest field of view. The lens will be at f4.5. When you zoom in and go change your focal length to 240, that f-stop, the aperture changes from f4.5 to f5.6. Anywhere in between, it adjusts a little bit, but it goes from f4.5 at 75 millimeters to f5.6 at 200 millimeters. Man, I hope I got that square. What a crazy. And now these lenses too, I'm showing you Nikon, but these lenses also have the same kind of, you can find them in Canon, you can find them in probably just about any major brand. So it's really, really common that this is what these are. Now the next one, well, first of all, we'll start with both of those. Kit lens, entry-level lens, you'll see a lot of these in the 70 to 300 range. That's the modern version of these. Still considered kit lens, consumer type lens. It's a cheaper lens. The one that's on the D800 is an 80 to 200 f2.8. It's f2.8 from 80 millimeters to 200 millimeters continuous. And when you zoom in and out, notice the barrel does not move in and out, and dust and debris cannot get in it. This is a professional lens, and it is a lot different. You notice it's a lot heavier, but it also has better glass. It has better coatings. It is more expensive. In fact, it is probably, when they were new, both compared new, this one is 10 times the cost. Now the other thing it does have, it has a metal mount. The metal mount takes more wear and tear, if I can get it back on, there we go, takes more wear and tear and more abuse, and it's also got a tripod mount on the bottom of it. This tripod mount, you attach your strap to it, and the reason you do that, it is so heavy. It weighs probably about 10 times as much as the other one. The other two, it is so heavy that if left alone to hang, and you had it attached to the points on the camera, it may pull the camera mount out of the camera and damage the camera. So that's not a good thing. So that's why it has this mount. No image stabilization, no nothing like that. It's pure lens. And today, well, this camera lens, the 80 to 200 f2.8, had been in production for nearly 25 years. It is a bargain in the Nikon world. This one was refurbished, and I bought it for $400. It sold for $1,200 new. It is one of the least expensive professional lenses that you can buy, and it is a workhorse. Okay, so now I'm going to cover some short zooms, and this is a 28-105 full frame Nikkor. This one is fairly old also, but it, by today's standard, would be considered more of a kit lens, even though the kit lens isn't even close. Metal mount. It's got macro on it. It does zoom up and down, and this is a 3.5 to 4.5. So at its widest opening, it's 3.5, and its small at its longest throw at 105, it'd be 4.5 maximum aperture. And this lens, when it was new, was about $525, and this is 24 years ago. So it's very expensive. It's a very good solid lens, and it is sharp as a tack. It's not exactly the kit lens as you would assume the kit lens today. Now, all the ones except for the 55-200 we've talked full frame. The 55-200 is equivalent in APS-C. Not all kit lenses are the same, and in fact this older one does have a metal mount. This is a 18 to 70 DX Nikon or APS-C. It is the probably the best kit lens, one of the best kit lenses that Nikon ever made. Just because it's a kit lens doesn't mean it's constructed poorly. And this kit lens today will bring $150 used on the used market. It works quite well. It's pretty sharp and well constructed. I didn't talk anything about prime lenses, but prime lenses, as far as construction, pretty much the same thing. The more expensive the lens, the more professional the lens, the better the optics, the better the coating, the more lens elements, the more weather sealing, the same kind of thing that you have in it. I've seen prime lenses from the 50mm f1.8 Nikon that I bought for $65 from Walmart refurbished. That is sharp as a tack, but it's a 50mm. It's a little different. Just because it has a plastic mount or just because it has a metal mount, it's a usage difference, okay? And some of the things you need to consider is when you're buying a lens, know what you want the lens to do. Do you want to bring it in closer to you? Do you want to bring it out wider from you? What do you want the camera lens to do? And then do your homework, do some research, and decide what you want. Now, I didn't cover any third-party brands. Everything I did was Nikon, but Canon makes the same things. In their line is the Nikon products. Sony's a little different because Sony uses most Sony users use third-party lenses, Tamron, Sigma, stuff like that, and they're a whole different animal. And there's some cheaper lenses. Sony does have their own line of equipment, and a lot of the same rules apply to all of those lenses. So before you buy a lens, figure out what lens you want and what you need to do. Appreciate you watching the video. Like and subscribe. We're nearly 1,000 subscribers. We want to keep bringing these videos to you, and we'll see you next week.